Hello, so you join me today. It's late February and I'm out on the open coast today with the SIB. Now as it starts to turn a bit more like spring, and it really does feel like that today. It's a beautiful day out there. You see the sun behind me, it's flat calm. As it starts to become spring, you know, as things start to warm up, we start to see a few more species push on inshore. And one of those is plaice. I love plaice, great for eating. But they've always eluded me. I never catch many. Could be because I don't do a lot of bait fishing, and I especially don't fish the clean ground much. But that's exactly what I'm going to be doing today. I'm just going to be concentrating on baits, fishing clean ground with banks, chasing plaice, and there's always a chance of ray. We'll definitely fish some ray, put some big baits out today. Could be huss, bull huss, eat bull huss around here. There could be whiting, probably a lot of whiting, dogfish inevitable. I guess there's the outside chance of a cod even, if we fish the deeper spots. But yeah, it's just, you know, it's just nice to be out. Haven't been out for ages. Yeah, looking forward to it. It's low tide now. It's high tide now. I'm going to be fishing the outgoing, and then another sort of few hours of the flood. Got all day. So yeah, it will be really interesting to see what I can bump into. Here's the SIB, looking lovely. If you've watched any of my previous videos, there might be a few bits that look new in there. Some new rod holders, fish finder setup, bits and bobs, but I'll probably try and cover that in another video, the whole setup. But to take you through the basics, that's a 20 horsepower 4-stroke Daihatsu pushing me along, and this is a 3.7 meter Hydrus with an air deck. So yeah, that's her, and that's where we're going to be going. Absolutely beautiful. I cannot wait. Cannot wait. Let's get out there and get some baits on the bottom. Well, there we go, just on the cruise out, about, well, a few hundred yards off the beach, and a lovely pod of dolphins just there, cruising along. Absolutely lovely. What a nice way to start the day. It's starting to feel like spring already. Where have they gone? They were just in close in. There they are. Wow, look at that. Look at that. What a way to start the day. They'll pop up anywhere. Right in front of me there. Right in front of me, just ticking along. They come right up to the bow. Beautiful creatures, aren't they? There you go. Beautiful. You can see them just under the surface there. Wow. Wow. You've got to love it, haven't you? Being out on the water. Up to breach, right in front. Look at that, sun shining, flat calm, dolphins. I haven't even got the rod down yet. Really lovely. Absolutely lovely. Okay, so I'm out now. I'm about 3 miles off shore on clean ground, and we're in about 10 meters of water. But it will undulate here. It will get deeper and shallower. It's quite nice at the moment. There's a bit of tide, about half a knot of tide. Flooding going from, so it's ebbing from east to west. So yeah, gonna get some baits down. I've got 2 different rigs that I'm gonna focus on today. Like I said earlier, the main target today is flatties. I'm conscious that the sun's in the background a bit there, so you might not be able to see me too well. So yeah, flatties on the clean ground here. And I'm not an avid bait fisherman. I'm much for my lure stuff. So therefore my rigs and any bait fishing knowledge that I have is fairly limited. But it works and it's simple usually. So yeah, first we'll go through the sort of plaice rig. So all I've got, hopefully you can pick up in the sun, that's a watch lead, about 4 ounce on a slider down to a swivel, and a bead obviously to protect the knot. And then there's about 8 inches of a 25 pound mono to a 3-way swivel, okay. And then there's a short trace about 8 inches down to a size 1 hook with some a plastic blade and some beads. And there's also a small pop-up floating bead there. You can probably pick that up, and that's just to keep it a little bit suspended, and it will help those blades flutter a bit if it's a bit suspended off the bottom. And then on the other end of that, so there's about just over a foot of, sorry, I should say the hook length I'm using is £20. And then again, a size 1 hook, and that's quite a fine shank, with a few more blades, because the plaice love a bit of bling and a bit of, you know, a bit of attractant in those blades. They'll just spin like that in the tide. So yeah, that's going to be baited up with, I'll show you here because they're absolutely lovely. These are from Southwest Sea Baits in Plymouth, by the way. Lovely lug. I've got to compliment them on the lug. So some lovely lovely blow lug there. And then the other rod is going to be a bit of a heavier setup, so that's this one here. You see there's a big multiplier there, and just to keep things a bit varied, because there's always a chance of a ray. And then on that rod, it's just, there's a slightly heavier lead. That's about a 6 ounce watch lead to a boom, a sliding boom, and then swivel to about, I'd say it's 3 foot of trace, a bit longer, a bit more flowing, and then there's a Pennell 3.0 hook, and I'm going to bait that up with I've got a selection of launce, mackerel and squid. So yeah, see if we can pick anything up on that. So those are the rods. I should have said the big rod, that's a 12 to 20 pound class with a Abu Garcia 7000 multiplier loaded with 30 pound braid, so nice and heavy braid. And then my plaice setup is a nice light spinning setup. That's my Penn Slammer there, 4000 with 25 pound braid on a 20 to 50 gram ugly stick elite spinning rod. So nice and light, because the plaice don't get massive, so it's nice to get a bit of sport from them if you can catch them. So I'm going to bait it up and drop down, and yeah, see what the drift does, and if I catch anything, you'll be the first to know. We're into a fish on the on the small rod. Ooh, that's a good fish actually. Putting out a line. That's a really good fish. Ooh, what is that? What is that pulling like that? Ooh, I really want to put too much pressure on it because it's only a light rig. Right, I got it off the bottom. Could be a ray. Oh, it's a good fish. I'm going to get the net ready for that. Keeping constant pressure on it. Pulling line. Pulling line. Cool. I've not had a good fish like this in ages. Oh, it's come off though. She's turned the boat around in the tide, mind. Ooh. God, it's got that rod bent right over. I really don't know what that is. Oh, wow, what a fish. Let's have a look. She's got to be close, but I don't want to put too much pressure on her, mind. Because I've only got small hooks. It could be, unless it's a big dogfish, you know. It isn't fighting like one. Oh, that's a good fish, right over. Got to be careful. Ah, it's a ray. It's a ray. That's why I was pulling on. Oh. There we go. Oh. Let it off a bit. Oh, that was a bit of fun, wasn't it? That is a lovely blonde ray. So I'll get her up. You've got to be careful because they've got spikes on them. And there's a soft spot. Right, there we are. So that's a nice blonde ray. Not the biggest, but yeah, nice catch nonetheless. And that absolutely inhaled a lug on a plaice rig, which is odd because I got a launce, a launce belly out, which you would expect them to take. Another bit of lug on a plaice rig, but I thought that was a monster plaice. But yeah, there we are. Lovely fish to start the day off. We'll get her back and yeah, get the bait back down. Hopefully get the intended species. The rod's going off now. As soon as I got that ray in, I expect that's a doggy though. You know, that's bound to be, isn't it? It's small, whatever it is. It's taken a launce belly. Let's have a look. I reckon it's a dogfish. It's fighting like one. Oh no, it's not. It's just full of surprises today. That is smooth hand. I think, anyway. I've never caught a smooth hand before. There we go. Oh, it just bloody took me weight off. How's he done that? Oh, that is, there we go, that's a smooth hound. I think, lovely. There was me thinking it was a dogfish. Look at that. So 2 shark species on the first drop. That's not bad, is it? Lovely fish. My first one I've ever caught of these. Because like I said, I hardly do any bait fishing. So yeah, there we go. I don't think that's a very big one. I certainly don't think that's a big fish. Look at that spine on the tail there. I'll tell you what, I want to put my hand on that. Right, I'm going to get both of these unhooked now. What a good start to the day. I'm going to get both of these unhooked. There we go. And get the baits back down. I really want a plaice. I don't want to catch I'm glad I've caught one of them. I just wasn't expecting it. Right, get these unhooked. I've just lifted into the plaice rig. I've got something small on, so it could be a plaice. It's fairly docile. Wasn't biting very hard, so you have to excuse the glare in the background. It's really hard for me to get a good camera angle today. Let's see, where is it? Yep, I've got a small flatty. Very small. There you go, lovely little plaice. And that's why I didn't notice him. He's only tiny. Let me get a bit of slack out and try and get the glare out of the way. So there you go. That's what we were after. Beautiful fish. Obviously that one's too small to keep, but it's nice to know that they're there. I just love these fish. I don't catch them much, so it makes it extra special when I do catch them. Yeah. And as you see, he's taking the bottom hook there. All that bling. Beautiful fish. Hopefully you can get a few bigger ones, because I really, really want to catch them for dinner. And so do the many other people in my family want me to catch them for dinner. I'll get him unhooked and yeah, get another bait back down. Okay, so the tide has just changed now, and the wind's dropped off completely. It's lovely and calm now. It's turned into a really nice day. You'll notice I've got my dry suit on. That's just because the water temperature is really low at the moment. About 9 degrees. If I fall in out here and I have to swim back, well, let's put it this way, I probably won't be able to swim back because I'd die of hypothermia first. That's why I've got a dry suit on. But anyway, just setting up another drift. Oh, there's a few marks on the bottom there. Just setting up another drift here. Now that the tide is where I want it to be and the wind's dropped off, I can predict pretty well where I'm going to go. Using the Navionics app, you can look at the tidal arrows and yeah, see where that tide's going to take you. So here's my rig all baited up. See some juicy lug and squid. That there is a fantastic combination. That will probably catch just about any fish in the sea around here, especially plaice. Plaice love worm and yeah, worm with a bit of squid. And you saw there that it was quite thin. That's because it sort of just flutters as it bounces along. A few boats out. It's a lovely day, especially for February. Wouldn't mistake it for an early summer's day, really. Yeah. Got a few fish already. I was thinking about it actually, whilst I was steaming over to this spot, that I don't think it was a smooth hound that I had earlier. Like I said, my knowledge on sort of bait fishing is pretty minimum. My fish species, you know, ID is I've not caught loads of species, so I won't be able to ID them. I don't think that is a smooth hound. Somebody might know otherwise, and please, if you do know, then comment. I'm sure someone is. I was thinking it could be a spur dog, maybe. I don't know. I don't really know. this didn't look like a smooth hand that I was thinking about. It doesn't look like any smooth hand I've seen in pictures before. But if you do recognise what that mysterious shark species was, then let me know, please, so I know for future. Yeah, absolutely stunning day. I'm so glad I came out. Let's see what this drift produces. Hopefully some more plaice, but I'll take anything. As long as it's not dogfish. I don't want loads of dogfish. I shouldn't have said that. I don't want anything, no dogfish. And one of the things that you hear people say quite often about plaice fishing is how relaxing it is. And I can't agree more with that statement right now. It's a beautiful day, flat calm, and yeah, just sitting back, relaxing, not putting too much effort into the rods, which is nice. As much as I love my lure fishing, it can be knackering going out on the reefs for a day. And you're just constantly working the lure and, you know, trying to get the drift right and stuff, and there's a lot of effort that goes into it, but you just set the drift and, you know, drift for miles when you're plaice fishing. And I've got me plaice rod in hand right now. I'm just feeling for any knocks. It's quite a fast drift at the moment, about a knot of tide. So yeah, I'm just feeling for any knocks. So then if I do get a hit, then I'll let a bit of slack out and give that fish a chance to grab it. But yeah, I'm really enjoying it so far today. I'm just here in a thin fleece. I could probably be in a t-shirt really. It's yeah, lovely for a February day. Well, I've had another bite on the plaice rod. I was just feeling for that bite in that tide, letting that line out, and yeah, it paid off. Let's see what we got. Could be a bigger fish. It's certainly fighting a bit better. Let's see what we got. Yeah, that is a better fish. It's fighting well as well. The beauty. He's lit up. There we go. It's a better fish, that is. No monster, but that's dinner plate size, that is. Lovely. I'll chuff with that. So that was just like I was saying, just feeling for any little, because you can feel, you know what it's like when it's bouncing on the bottom, the weight, especially with those watch weights. It's gonna sort of like, you know, it's gonna go like that. It's gonna wobble, and you can feel that wobble, but then you'll feel a little bit of pressure every now and then, which is different. And yeah, that bit of pressure is usually a fish just landing on it, or, you know, just nipping it. I tell you what, if you watch videos, Google, if you look at videos of plaice on YouTube underwater feeding, it gives you such a good idea of what they do, because they don't take the bait straight away. You see the sort of underwater wolf, I don't know what they're called, those wolf cams, the underwater cameras, and they're really good to watch, because you watch how the plaice feed, and they'll just follow it and have little nips, but they'll very rarely take it. So yeah, letting up that slack does help. A lovely fish there. Look at that colour. You just gotta love them, haven't you? Beautiful fish. Those orange spots are just amazing. Amazing. So yeah, happy with that, and I'm sure the family will be when it's fried up for dinner. Lovely stuff. Let's get some more. Well, I've just reeled in the plaice rig, and didn't even know this little one was on. Tiny, just about the size of my hand, but yeah, still nice to see nonetheless. But yeah, I'll get him back. I want one about 5 times the size of that, but I can't complain too much. Alright, get the base back down. Well, I've come in a bit now, just because there was nothing happening out there. And yeah, I've come into a bit of, well, I've come closer in, but I'm in about 80 metres of water still, and I'm already noticing that the water clarity is much better here, a lot less sediment, so that could improve my chances a bit of finding some plaice. I've swapped my bigger bait over to a a single small hook and worm, just in an attempt to try and get some plaice for dinner, because it's at the moment I'm not going to be feeding many. So yeah, it's the current state of affairs. Let's see if there's anything else happening in here. I've just had a plaice on the big bait, and it looks like I might be into another one. I should say the big on the big rod. So there might be another one on the small rod. So look, oh no, look at that. So that there is a little spider crab, I think. There we are, and he's covered in growth. But I'll show you the plaice that I've had on the bigger rod. That was the one I was using for heavier baits, because this is quite a nice size one. There you go, another nice plaice. So it paid off coming in close after all. So yeah, ideal. Right, get the baits back down, because there must be a few around, because it didn't take me very long to get that one. Just had a lovely take on the small rod. I expect it to plaice, but it does feel like a nicer size. Oh, feel it. I was just bumping it along because it's slack tide at the moment. I was trying to give it a bit of action. Yeah, that's a nice plaice, that is. Oh. Nice one. So he took on the top hook. He's a lively one, isn't he? On the top hook, this 2-hook rig. There we go. Another nice plaice. Just cannot get bored of catching these fish. Unlike the humble whiting. Which after about one I'm hacked off with. It's relatively easy to unhook on the scale things. Oh. There you are. A lovely, lovely early spring plaice on lugworm, tipped with a bit of squid and a few attractor beats. Sun's shining, flat calm, and I'm catching the fish I came here to catch. You can't ask for more, can you? Lovely stuff. Oh, in again. Feels like another good sized plaice. Really on the fish at the moment. Every drop seem to find something. Yeah, there we are. Not particularly big, that one. Did fight well though. Nice lip hook. There they are. Stunning fish, aren't they? That one's a bit skinny, so I'll put it back. And also it's lip hooked. I seem to be getting a little bit better at lip hooking them, because where's he gone? Because they are tricky. I'll swallow it. There we are. Back he goes. Lovely stuff. Well, the sun's starting to set now and the bite's slowed up a bit, so I'm going to head in. It's been a lovely day out here. I really couldn't ask for much more. Fish, nice weather, perfect. I'm a happy man. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Yeah, not my usual type, bait fishing, but you know, it's good to mix things up. Yeah, thank you very much for watching. If you liked it, then please like, and if you want to see more, then please subscribe, and I'll try and make more videos as the year goes on. I'm going to try and make a few more now. I've started to get things set up a bit better. I've got an Instagram if you want to follow me on that and see what I'm up to on a daily basis. That's Fishing with Oban. So yeah, cheers, and I'll see you on the next one.